Yo, we're back. Ronin Realms dev stream updates is coming live. And look, bro, look at this. We got a whole squad in the same building. So, we're about to have a party today. I'm so excited to get into it. As you can see, a few familiar faces, maybe some that are not so familiar, but I can see some of my peoples there. Big shout out to all of you. Nomex there, Yuki's there, the Gutsman's there. Look, the boy Ryan. Ryan, is that you? Ryan's in the building too. And we've got Sushi and Berlin in the building, man. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun stream that we have for you today. A lot of information. You guys want the alpha because there's been a lot of movement since our last dev stream, and we will of course bring that to you today. But hello, guys. I don't know who to ask or say hello to first. There's a whole room, so I guess we get a big hello from the whole team, and we can jump in today's stream and let you know what's going down.
What's good, chat? What's going on, everyone? Stream.
Yeah, there they are. Yeah, we almost had a Christmas tree in the room. I won't lie. Beforehand, we were trying to sort it out. We didn't get it over the line, but everybody is here, and that's what's important. And today we have no Theban. Sad, he's sleeping crazy. But we've got 4 major topics to bring to you today. We're going to obviously talk more so about the Kojin collection. What's the latest status on that collection? Of course, the community collectors was successful. You guys showed your vote of confidence. You showed the support. So that is coming real soon. We need more details. I need more details. I'm in the same basket as you guys, the viewers. So we're going to ask them questions on that today. We will today actually see some unseen art. Things that no eyes other than these guys in this room right here have seen yet. So get ready. If you're a screenshotter, bro, it's gonna be a field day for you. I don't know if they're showing you. I guess it's free game, right? It's all game. Other things we're gonna talk about is researching the actual district, right? The research district. Sorry. We're going to take a walk around. We'll be in game too, so you'll see some in-game gameplay today. And then that funny conversation about the Kojin with a G, the G like a Gila, like a geezer, the top G, Kojin AI. We need to find out more about it, so that we'll finish off over there. But yeah, of course, I'll pass it over to Berlin. To just say appreciate you guys for setting this up. I know I'm excited about the project personally, and the community loves to get behind you guys in these dev streams. So welcome, bro. Let's fucking get it.
Let's go. Yeah. Thanks for setting this up. And we are here in Denver right now. So gathered the whole team for a holiday party. We're having a little bit of fun. Also working a lot, of course. And then thought it would be a good idea to have the dev stream right during this time. So yeah, happy to jump into this. Yeah.
Yes, man. Work and fun, or more fun, less work. I don't know which one. Either way, you guys have built so well over the last year. Look how far you've come. I think it's actually a really good thing that you guys are together, because you deserve to celebrate. I will say that personally. Like, you guys deserve to celebrate, because we are Ronin Realms is onto something fucking huge. So let's see some comments. What do you guys want to ask the team? They're all here. They're all live with us. So go ahead, throw them in the chat. We got a chat on X right now. Big shout out to you, like 190 viewers already, and on Twitch also. Flood those comments if you have any questions. I'm sure we'll filter them through if we can as the stream goes on. But let's go to topic number 1. Let's jump in there and let's talk about the Kojin collection. Let's get an update on where we were from the last dev update. We did release a lot of the information, more so about the bingo system as well. So where are we right now with the Kojin collection? And then we'll move on to some of the alpha, the news that you guys have for us.
Yeah, so thanks everyone for voting. Obviously, we walked through this whole, I think it was a 1 or 2 week voting phase. We were number 1 pretty much the entire time, except for the last day, and then we moved to number 2. So we're really happy with finishing number 2 in that process. And again, thanks everyone. There were some changes that were made by Sky Mavis afterwards that introduced a cap. A maximum of sale amount of 50,000 RON. So obviously, if you looked at the details of our collection, we had planned 10,000 NFTs in the collection. The mint price was 40 to 50 RON. So obviously that doesn't work anymore. So we just received those news a few days ago. and we have to re-strategize a little bit about the collection size or the approach for the launch. So everyone will get more updates hopefully in the coming days. The plan is to launch this by the end of January, and yeah, the whole team is here, so it's actually a great time to receive those news and plan accordingly. One thought right now is, for instance, like a partial collection launch, and there's some other options on the table too. But yeah, we have to like think about that, and that's where we're at right now.
Okay. Yeah, but not necessarily spanner in the works because the collection is going to come out. Like it's tough though, man. They make it a little bit difficult. Why are we making it difficult out here? We want to drop all the Kojins, bro. You know, bro. It is what it is. You know, there's obviously there are guardrails. This is an opportunistic time where they're allowing community collections to launch on Ronin, especially, you know, what is important is before we get to open network Ronin, it could be a bit of a free-for-all. You might fight for the mind share or even just, you know, visibility in those times. So there's still a lot of benefits to it. But if it does, do you have, like, are you close to any type of ideas? Are you leaning more in favor of a certain process at the moment?
Well, there's like 2 or 3 options on the table. Since we're not sure, I don't want to like say that we're leaning towards one or the other. But we will probably make a decision by the end of today, actually. That will has to then be discussed with Sky Mavis as well, and also with our angels. And I think that will take another couple days, and then we'll move forward before we like tell the community exactly.
Yeah, for real. But if you're in the chat right now and you know that you're gonna buy a Kojin, facts, like I'm defo in there. I'm not missing that mint. Let us know in the chat, bro. We see some confidence. The voting was showing confidence, but let us know if you're down to buy a Kojin from the jump. Let us know in the chat. There is some chatting going on right here on X. I don't know if you guys can see it, but hey, Le Scalper. I guess the scalper is he a trader, because that's a trading term. Asked someone said who is my boy Ayuki, and then got corrected. Ayuki, the pupil Ayuki is right there. Ayuki, please put your hand up. Can the real Ayuki please put her hands up? Let's go.
It's okay.
There it is.
If I'm called a guy sometimes, it's all right. It's just,
I mean, we're in the age of no assumptions, but it's a pink dragon, and before that it was very. No, I'm joking. If you're a guy and you want to rock a pink dragon, you rock that shit, bro. It takes a real man to wear pink. We already know this.
Thanks,
but you know what? I'm interested because you guys are all here together. The energy must be, you know, it must be really great as a team to be in person for the first time. I want to ask a few personal questions. I know we have an agenda here, but I feel like this is a good time for the community to get to know you guys a little bit more personal. But I haven't asked, like, for example, Nomek, I haven't asked you what type of Kojins, you know, your favorite are. I don't know. Obviously, we got Ryan in the room as well. I don't know what Kojin or house that Ryan stands with, bro. I want to ask these questions. So can we go around the room and maybe get everyone's house and a reason why?
Oh, well, of course, my house is the Sage, and I think you know.
Oh, I already know.
I think you know why, but yeah, no, I mean, I stand with my people. We're out here in the trees. We love nature, and you know, that's what it is.
Facts. Big shout out to Nomek, bro. If you like don't know, Nomek has been in an OG in this space, and to see your efforts coming in an environment with such a good team and such a good project, bro, it means a lot to see that happen. So. Word. But Yuki, we already know, right? But
I think it's
pretty obvious there. Gutsman.
Hey, yeah.
I swear you're icy boy, a glacier boy.
Lost house, brother. You know, resilience, bro. Getting knocked down, back up. That's us, bro.
Facts. No, this is the one, Ryan. I have no idea what your house is, my brother. What we need a reveal.
I'm here against my will. I got kidnapped.
Someone free Ryan.
I'm not as deep in the pain as everyone else here. I don't even know the houses by name, but the red one really speaks to me. Yeah, the Flame House.
Yeah.
They're the leaders of Heroba, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I gotta be with my foot on the top, you know.
Yeah. And I would agree
Let's
with
go.
that too. I'm also Team Flame because it's the winning team right now.
Yeah. Hey, yo, it was someone who should have been on the stream right today tweeted earlier that the only winners opinions matter or something. That's such a Theban post, bro. But anyway, shout out to the Flame House. Red is a strong color by nature anyway. And maybe that's one of your favorites too. But Berlin, we gonna close off. I think I know your house actually, Berlin. But let us know.
I played Poison and Axie, of course, too. The purple really, I'm attracted to that, and also they're like a little more of like the introverts, and that resonates with me. So yeah, Void, all the way.
Let's go. The Voidy Boys, that's my house too, bro. I'm excited to get into it. But like we said, Kojin Collection coming at you guys pretty soon. Few things to figure out. But again, congratulations to the team for being selected in the top community collections. I'm a little sorry, bro. We were 13. We were one spot. It's not about me. Fuck me. It's carry on with the show. It's serious, bro. No. Don't start me off. Don't start me off. Shit. Let's move on to some gems, some hidden gems that no eyes in the Ronin ecosystem have yet seen. We have some unseen art today to show the community. I don't know how you guys have it ordered, but Berlin, I guess you can take the helm on this one, knowing what will be revealed next. And I'm gonna give some opinions. I'm gonna ask a few questions here as well. If you're in the chat, ask some questions if you have any, and let us know your reactions, bro. Do not be silent in this chat right now. Let's get some feedback. Unseen art, baby. Ooh, what?
Here, I would say.
Yeah, we see you, Thrall.
You can probably.
Yeah, okay. So these are the Scaraborans. They are basically the original inhabitants of Heroba. They're a warrior race, and aesthetically, they're basically just based from beetles, right? The combination of like humanoid aspects and beetles. Because whenever I see like the beetles, right? I always like connect them to like samurai armor, I thought that would be a cool connection because our game is very Japanese themed, so
Yeah.
it would fit in there really well. And lore wise, as the original inhabitants of the world, when the Kojins arrived, they got basically pushed away and colonized. So the once proud warrior race of Scaraborans are now kind of treated like as an inferior race, and mostly in hiding and then like groves and caves but they're
Okay.
still in the background, I guess, plotting to take.
Oh, they're coming back for some revenge, bro. You think we're inferior? Yeah, we know what they're up to in the case. It's actually it's a sick design. Like I can get the samurai design from the style of the horn of your guy on the right, well, our right side, and then the lady figure, I will assume. She looks like she's got a Heracross horn going on.
She be rocking some assets for
Yes,
sure.
sir, yeah.
That might be the
Yeah, she got a little something. I don't know about bugs, but she's making me buzz a little bit. So I'm gonna fucking stop. She's got a buzz about her, but no, this is cool. Opening up like the lore. You're gonna be in the world of Heroba. You're gonna be coming up against many foes, not just each other. In certain scenarios, so to find out more about what potentially is the enemies out in the field, is pretty cool. You're not only going to be fighting other Kojins. Here are some of your enemies, and let's see how they end up looking in game eventually. But amazing design. Sushi, your lead on the art style, right?
Yes, sir. And also here's basically a brute.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's a big boy.
Bro,
these are like my favorite characters that he's made so far. Like I love these designs, dude. Like
Yeah.
he cooked with these ones. I mean, he cooks all the time, but this one,
Yeah.
Thick
He
boy
cooked.
right there.
Hell yeah.
Elite Scarboard.
With the that's like traditional attire as well, right? Like the
Yeah.
wrapping. I don't know. What the fuck would you call that? A belt?
Orochimaru tie.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Orochimaru has that too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Damn.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm excited to like flesh out their lore more too, like designing how their buildings look or their weapons, because they're also like masters on wielding like traditional weapons like swords, bows, spears. So it would
Okay.
be fun to design those too, and how they integrate more into the gameplay. Like, what do you get when you defeat one or whatever?
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's dope, bro. Some of the chat is saying, Sushi, you knew what you were doing with that woman beetle
Yeah.
design. Hey, I applaud it. Yes. What are the
Artists-
jiggle mechanics like? No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
just the wings moving. Now this is dope. This is dope. Traditional race. You're saying that, so they kind of come from some kind of military stance. Does that open the lore up a bit more? That there was prior wars to the Kojin being the dominant race in Hiroba and things like that. A lot of cool questions going through my mind when seeing that. That's pretty damn cool, man. Yes, we keep it moving. I saw some stuff before the stream went live, right? There's one that I have many a question about, and it happens to be this one. It happens to be this. It's funny that I've thought to use the word mammoth of a creature because it has aspects of this, right? But this is multiple creatures put together. But I'll pass it over to you, Sushi, to take the lead on this.
So, when we were designing the game originally, the original concept was a full MMORPG, and of course, all MMOs have like boss creatures, and these are one of the boss creatures that I designed, and they're all based on yokai, and yokai are basically they're Japanese folklore and usually around supernatural beings like spirits,
Yeah.
demons,
Demons.
ghosts,
Yeah.
and this is one of the I'd say up there in terms of popularity for the yokais. So this is the Baku. Traditionally in Japanese folklore, they basically eat the nightmares of like kids that can't sleep well at night. So they're a kind, gentle creature, but I wanted to, of course, this is gonna be a mob that you try to defeat in game. So come up with a way to change his story a bit. And so how I did it, especially this is a corrupted version of a Baku,
Mhm.
and I also wanted to tie it back into our original boss, the main boss of Ronin Realms, which was Razel. So in terms so lore wise, how he became corrupted is Razel took one of his tusks and used that to make his staff that he uses right now, and it grants Razel a lot of power. But because of that too, the Baku became resentful, the Kojins, and is now a threat or a force of nature that's against the Kojins now because of that incident.
Okay.
It's a straight up kaiju, man. Look at the scale of that creature next to the Kojin next to it. Thing's massive.
Yeah, it's gonna be
The
quite.
size difference, nuts. But that's gonna be one hell of like you're gonna see that from far. I can imagine playing a game when you suddenly come across
Oh,
this
man, that's gonna be
huge
epic.
boss. Yeah, bro, it's fucking dope. My camera just died. BT dubs. I'm loading up the next one. I don't know what we've been streaming too much recently. My God.
I need some friends for this one though.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like a raid boss level.
I wonder,
Hey,
if you already have stuff imagined for in terms of gameplay on how you would interact with these as players.
Yeah, so I think what's important to mention is that we did switch our scope a little bit. What we've learned throughout the last few months and like the last year, I would say, is that we really have to like focus on a very specific game loop and like narrow down our scope to something manageable for our team size, where players can feel engaged. So we decided to go into an extraction MMORPG, similar to Dark and Darker, and we were heavily focusing on PvP in that game mode. So from the combat stream you saw last time, to Hiroba, where you have your base in Hiroba, the inner circle, where you own your buildings and you need to upgrade them. You basically go onto these extraction runs in order to extract resources that you then use to like improve your buildings and all of that. So how does this fit in? Like, yes, we have PvP on those extraction islands, but ultimately we want to include PvE as well. So we'll have mobs running around, similar to, let's say, Dark and Darker. It's just one example. It's not going to be exactly like Dark and Darker. It's just that in this extraction mode, you will also have the threat of other enemies. So on that node, you will have bosses in there as well. So these will function in that mentality. So like different islands will basically have different bosses on them. But we're obviously going to start with one at first. Yeah. Raw says,
yeah, I was always
the MMO sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, I actually, I'm a huge fan of the pivot. Dark and Darker is such a fun game. You're running through, you're running through trying to complete your own mission. You're dealing with PvE, but there's always that looming threat that there's another team of players right around the corner, and you might have to go into that extreme do or die moment to keep y'all's team alive. And extraction games are just super hype. They're super fun.
Yeah,
and,
it's a rush. For sure.
Yeah.
Fighting for resources, it's always different.
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah.
Well, it even adds to the rarity, or really just how much you cherish items that you're actually looting whilst you're out on adventures and stuff, and that adds an element to the game, like an attachment. And just when you're squatted up, or if you're solo, that any moment could get catastrophic, right? Like you got to be on top of your stuff and make sure that you're kind of strategizing throughout the process, right? So these are great features to add. I really haven't played too many MMOs that are on an extraction basis, but this is something that I'm really excited to get involved with and see how it plays.
And I think from a scalable perspective, if you think about, and I mentioned that last stream too, if you think about an open world in an MMO, it's much harder to scale for us as a small team. Add mobs to it, add like meaningful storyline to each of the regions, and like scale that up. That's much harder to scale for us as a team. And instead, you have Hiroba that we pay a lot of attention to. Like the entire art team is like on the level design, making sure the houses look cool, making sure like Umurshol's in a bit too on the research district. But like have this like pretty large city that is a lot of fun to walk around in and like feel like you own a house there, will feel like amazing, and have a manageable level. And then from there you go into just like the mode, which we can like create pretty easily from a development perspective. So that mode can be scaled a little bit easier too. So I think it just makes sense, and I think the whole team agreed on that too, right? Like we all kind of like came to the conclusion and are excited about it. Actually, I'm personally even more excited about this, even though I'm like a big World of Warcraft player. Like I am actually more excited about this now than
It's so hype.
Yeah. It also
I feel like in all the MMOs I've ever played, the PvP always ends up becoming one of the most.
Yeah.
It's lacking, but it's also like the most hype. It's what I want to do in the game. I want to level up my character so that I can prove myself the best against other players. And this I think emphasizes PvP more than a regular MMO.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. And it works well with Web3 as well, right? Like you have certain assets that you bring into a certain run at risk, and you find certain things and you want to extract at certain points, or you want to save certain items that have real value to it too. So I think that's exciting.
Yeah. No, you guys you hit the nail on the head. And the response seen from chat as well is that like they're noticing other games as well, pivoting to extraction basis, other games that have already been successful from extraction basis. And yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head as well, Ryan, where it makes like for me makes the majority of the experience constantly PvP, because it takes a good player to be resource savvy and be smart on strategizing how they go around the world and the game to make sure that they keep hold of their inventory, and then also having a good inventory will then help them in the actual one-on-one combat too. So yeah, this is the types of environment that actually promote things like meritocracy within the game, and then also they add an added value to the ownership of resources and items as well, which adds to the economy factor. So definitely a smart play. I'm happy to hear it. And yeah, any thoughts from you guys in the community? Drop it in the chat, and we might touch over it. But it's a strong stance to make a pivot. It's quite a core, fundamental aspect of the game to pivot towards. And from my viewpoint, I think a very, very wise decision.
It's so fun to have a game that's PvP focused, but also has that element of PvE. Because when you're going into combat with other players, you have that ability to use the environment to your benefit. You can understand like where are the PvE monsters, and maybe I can't take on this team by myself, but if I engage some of these PvE monsters to get into
Maybe
the
it can
middle,
help you a bit. Yeah.
yeah. So there's this whole extra element of using the environment to your benefit.
Yeah. Sounds like Ryan's gonna be a pro in Hiroba, bro. He's gonna be out here.
No, I'm gonna be in the paint. I'm gonna be working hard in this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you guys as well. Like, I keep it candid whenever, all the time. I've been having conversations with people in the ecosystem, and Ronin's doing really well right now. There's a ton of games to play, but there's still, for a lot of players, there's something missing. And I tell you, there is a large group of players who are looking towards this experience within Ronin Realms to be that one of those games, one of those household games. I think we were talking about it earlier in the space. Most players are going to have like a rotation of 3 major games that they kind of invest time towards, and you're creating something, and the narrative around it right now is very much in the field of what people want to be playing. So we're on a good path, right? We might have found a golden vein, we might have struck the golden vein. But talking about the game itself, should we go and walk around the beautiful research district? Is it time? Is it time for us to step foot in Hiroba?
Let's do it. Let me make this.
Oh wait, we still got more?
Oh, that's true. We do have a couple more. Yeah, let's.
Okay, wait, pause. I want you guys to see the leaks too. So let's go through all the unseen art, and then we'll jump into Hiroba, and you guys can see some in-game footage too. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, these are just more lore stuff. Basically, Nue is one of those yokai themed bosses.
I
And
like the way he's got a cool tail.
yes, me too. I really like this design too.
Yeah.
And in terms of
You
lore,
guys know, bro.
in Hiroba, basically, we have the inner city, the outer city, but we also have an undercity, underneath the outer and the inner ring, basically. And so in the past, there's an ancient race that was ravaged by a plague, and through their despair and suffering, they manifested Nue the plague. And now wherever Nue goes, a plague follows. So that's basically the whole lore around him. And yeah, would have some fun events around this too. Like a plague suddenly happens in game, and you have to find out what caused it or how to stop it. And basically, he's gonna be the main reason for that.
Imagine going with your team to fight this boss, and he summons clouds of poisonous gas.
Right, that would be so awesome too.
Parts all over the place.
No.
Parts all over the
Darker,
place.
darker parts. Oh man.
Comes out to the and
Yes.
yeah, this one's a big one too. Orochi is basically also a yokai and based on the Hydra.
Yo.
On the Hydra.
The
So
Hydra, bro.
yeah, we all
Hydreigon
know.
was one of my favorite Pokemon ever, and this is like put Hydreigon in a fucking samurai suit and just
Basically,
tell him to
right?
get
Yeah.
active, bro. That's sick. That's so sick. And he's tall, man. It's a tall boy. He's a
Right.
he's in a pain.
Like, it looks like a Dark Souls boss, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
All of
Yep.
these look like
Yeah,
Dark Souls
facts,
bosses, to be
facts.
honest. They're
True.
coming from a Black Myth Wukong.
I
Yeah.
love, I love all the Black Meat Pokemon bosses too. They all look so good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
you can just also read more through there if you guys want more details, but the short version of it is he's basically I don't know, a general, a Kojin general before that like died in battle, and his corpse got reanimated and used by Razel, and through that process of experimentation, Razel added more heads on top of him and now created this new monster that's
Is Russell collecting a bunch of generals? That's what
yes,
he made?
and this is basically a collection of all these strong warriors, and he's a combination of all of them, and he's basically very, I don't know, vengeful and resentful because of what Razel did to him, and yeah, but right now he's still under his control mainly.
So Roselle is our main villain, just so everyone knows.
So
Like,
was
Roselle is-
he originally just like a regular Kojin? Like a void Kojin? That's
Kojin general, yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Well,
gotcha.
essentially, this was maybe 8 or 9 different coaches that got put
A
into
general and his,
that. Yeah,
his,
got turned
little
into
army.
one.
And his squad didn't make a sacrifice because they were power hungry.
Yeah.
They said, "Well, we might suck as individuals, brothers, but we put all our heads in one body. We might do something, bro." But well, let's move on. We got more. Do we have another piece here, or I saw another image that came after this, and I don't think it was part of
Yeah,
the unseen. Yeah.
Is right.
Oh, we do. Okay. Ooh.
Okay.
All right. I'm sure you guys know what that is right there.
Right. So this one's probably one of the most popular yokai easily, right? The Nine-Tailed Fox.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of a lot of different media like Naruto and a bunch of other shows too. So in our version of it, Kitsune the Trickster also started as like a kind, a gentle character that also got corrupted along the way through her lore, and conceptually she has 9 different forms represented by each of the tail, but gameplay wise she'll probably just have 2 forms, and it's gonna be of course the fox form, and then there you can see the female form, which is her go-to form too, to that's where all she got the trickster name too, basically. She usually takes on the form of a woman to attract and lure in I don't know, Kojin soldiers, or yeah, and then from there on yeah.
And
Nice.
I just want to mention, so like our entire process is usually we like think about our game design and we think about what we actually need for that. So we start with concept art, which is this is concept art, and we tie it to the lore. Then we go into 3D modeling, which we haven't done for these models yet. Then we go into animations, and then we go into implementing into the game, and then the game mode. So this is all very early concept art. We just thought for the holiday dev stream we would just show something different, but don't expect this to be like in the game anytime soon, because we're really focusing hard on the game modes, like the extraction and the PvP, the combat, the housing system, and Europa. That's our main focus. So we just thought it would be fun to show some of our early concept art of, this can be like a couple of years even from now where you will actually see this in game. Because again, our focus, we have a small team, is elsewhere. So I don't want to like set false expectations of people like, oh my god, this is so cool. It's like, yeah, but this is concept. It's just like story building, lore building, and really like giving us all like imagination of like how we want to tie everything together. So
Yeah.
hope you guys just enjoy the art, kind of understand the world a little bit better. But yeah, I think it was important to mention.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. I just tweeted it out. I just said the artwork in Ronin Realms is fucking incredible, and the game is gonna be a heater. Quote tweet it in 2025 when we are in the game, and everybody knows it's fucking real. But talking about the game, was this the last unseen artwork that we had to show today?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. And congratulations, man. Sushi, these are terrific, bro. And they stem from a lot of core ideas that come from a lot of the lore pieces that we've gathered throughout our journeys, as gamers playing all these different types of games, and you guys are getting to marry these ideas to one. And I feel that with the project, where it's like this is although a very serious project to accomplish goals for your guys' sake as well, but also hugely a passion project, which is massively important. But let's jump into Hiroba, the world where it happens, and let's take a look around the research district. Your player character today is which one of you guys is taking the sticks?
A flame good here.
Berlin.
Early.
He hogs it.
All right.
In
Is
Sushi's
it good?
Yeah,
Everyone sleeping?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah. Let's go.
All right. Yeah. So this is the research district. If you guys remember, last time we showed the trade district. So there's 4 districts in our circle, and this is all, again. There's like preliminary stuff in here. You'll see some like flickering right there too. This is our first 95% done version. That there might still be some changes to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let Sushi talk a little bit too, because like from an art perspective, again, Sushi is the art director, so he also takes on the level design, and there are a few people behind that working on level design, and he's directing the looks of this, and then we can talk once we go through each building, like what the purpose is.
Oh yeah. Again, it's just like everything right now in the game. It's still a work in progress, but conceptually, since this is called the research district, I wanted to give off the vibe that this is where all the builders, the researchers, the scholars, um, um, live together. So along the journey here, you can see um, a lot of steampunk elements incorporated into the designs. And as we walk around here, you'll see the library, and it's quite a tall tower, which for game mechanic wise, the library is gonna be for inscribing, right?
Yeah, so inscription is basically like each building has like their profession, right? So and the library is for inscription. So this is where you produce your scrolls. So these are production buildings. So a lot of the research district is for advancing your professions and also producing there. So as you guys remember, we had like a bank building and an auction house in the trade district. The research district is more like heavily on profession focused. So I mean, I can walk like a little bit closer, but I think like the dragon up here with the scroll is kind of cool.
Mhm.
And again, like
Yeah.
you can like walk to other things too, but
Yes. So it's quite an important building in gameplay also. So I wanted to make it quite big and tall. So you can in first glance can tell that it's an important building, and you'd want to go to it. And
Yeah.
so here is the rune research area, where your players can research more about runes, create runes. So if we go, where are we headed here?
just like I just want to show it from the front.
Oh, gotcha. So this is the front. So, and just like in the buildings in the trade district, so all of these buildings the players can own, and I'm not sure what the revenue models are for now, but
Yeah, so I mean, everything is obviously on chain, right? We talked about this many times before. If you own the library, which is there's only one library there, and there's only one rune research building. So when someone wants to craft a rune and they come to this building to craft the rune, then there will be a cost behind that, right? And a percentage of that cost will be distributed to the Ruin Research Building owner. This
Let's
same
go.
concept goes for like all the buildings. So we, going to start with only a few professions, and we'll test it out. And there's a purpose behind every building. If there's no purpose, you won't be able to own it. But we strategically put only buildings in that have purpose. So you like besides maybe like the statue that you see here, right? The statue is not like that's just
Yeah.
Decorative.
that's not ownable as decorative exactly, but like everything else like makes sense in here. So like I said earlier, it's like easier for us to manage this because it's a fairly big city, but since we've been working on it for a while, we're making a lot of progress. Um, the whole the economy behind that is like easier to manage for us, and I think there'll be a lot of I think there will be a good amount of demand for these one-of-one buildings because all the runes
Yeah,
that are being
absolutely.
produced will be done in
It
this
will go
building.
through
Yeah.
here. Yeah, and conceptually,
Absolutely.
world building wise too, the reason why there's a lot of like those glowing lights on the building is because I want there to be an indicator for when a rune is being used. So I think that yeah, it's gonna be part of a lot of stuff in Ronin Realms where if a rune is activated, there's probably indicators to graphically to show that oh maybe.
Like the lights will start shifting colors.
Yes, exactly, and maybe symbols too, like just to show that you're using the rune, or yeah, it's being used in this building or in this airship or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be incorporated in a lot of the designs that to show that oh, a rune is powering this thing.
Yeah, and Chuck Fresco says the game looks impressive art-wise. Why does it look a bit laggy though, like 30 frames per second? So that's a good point. It is a little bit laggy right now. You can also see like the texture is glitching out a little bit. We need to go through an entire performance improvement process basically, so to scale it a little bit better. This is not just for it to work on a PC, but um, we have the whole process like texture sizing, shadow mapping, like using the lights in more effectively. This overall process probably takes only 2 or 3 weeks, but when the entire inner circle is done, that's when we go through that process. So we're basically building everything, and then we can optimize on all the levels. But yeah, you will see that probably in the future streams too. You will probably see like a little bit less frames. Fun fact: we actually have probably like 2 months ago already. We have like a site server where we already testing, and we optimized like in a few days on that, and we already brought it down from we brought it up from like 25 to 30 frames. We brought it up to like 80 frames, but there's still more work to be done, right? We want to be like as high as possible, so it can also run on like lower machines. But yeah, for this stream, we kind of were like, all right, we want to show like the latest version, and that's just not optimized yet. So, but yeah, good call.
Let's go. Yeah, absolutely. No, it is crazy though. We're talking, in the chat as well. We've got shout out to Grind Call Thrall, bro. Fucking, I miss you, brother. You had fucking super energy in the VCs. But just talking about the scale and saying how the scale is huge, and you tie that to the capabilities of the one-of-one ownership of buildings, and you're gonna have the entire player base having some kind of utility with that. That's like as an asset format as well within the game. These will be huge components, and then also having one in the game, and if a player base gets to a certain level of demand, like will there be necessities or will there be access for the scale to grow based on like users is something that's going through my mind right now. Like obviously this is a research district, and but will it be maybe at some stage there'll need to be an expansion on the research district, other areas of Hiroba that have capabilities like that, and the ability to build more of a said profession building. Like the scale is already massive, but is it crossed your guys' mind as a team of an increase of scale maybe being necessary at some point?
Yeah, so from a pure size, like area perspective, I think we are gonna keep it at this, and it's more like how can we grow it vertically, right? So instead of like adding more space to it and say like let's like double the size of the research district, we actually keep it the same, but after the inner circle is done, we're gonna really focus on the visuals and the functionality of upgrading your building. So if you have a residential building or like any building in a research district or any other district, the next big focus is how can it then vertically, upgrade. So how do we scale it in terms of player base? Well, right now, Europa is roughly, I would say, around 3,000 total buildings that can be owned, like NFT buildings.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
if you think about like a realm in World of Warcraft, right? Like if it gets too crowded, you just start a new realm. From an ownership perspective, you still own that house, but it gets also utilized on that next realm. So if we
Okay. Yeah.
scale up with players, we just open up a new realm, all the leveling will like basically start over again for that realm. And it's like maybe you want a fresh start, maybe you start on the next realm, but the owner of the house will still receive the benefits there. That's our current
Mhm.
thinking. There might be changes to that. It's not set in stone, but that's how we're currently thinking about it.
Yeah. No, these are pretty cool. This is fucking dope. Well, what are we standing in front of here? What looks like a form of machine. Even a train came across my mind, but I know it's a building. But let's get some details on this because that looks like some heavy duty machinery going on right there.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it basically. It's the mechanics building where a lot of the mechanical aspects of the world will be produced from. And it's also the maintenance bay for the airship. I think gameplay wise, we don't exactly know yet what it's going to be fully used for, but design wise, visually, it's basically like a what do you call the hangar base, but
Yeah.
uh fused with Japanese aesthetics and also some steampunk aesthetics combined in there.
Yeah, I think
Nice.
what's important is that, as I said, the extractions are going to happen. So you basically, it's just your base, your home base here. It's almost like this is where you can show off your accomplishments that you had over time or like through the extraction. So you queue into an extraction mode and you basically have to fly to one of these islands. So you do need the airship to go there. And like there's going to be 8 airship stations. This is one of them, right? Around the inner circle, there's 8. This is where the airships go to the extraction islands. So no matter what, you will need to use an airship. And current thinking is that an airship basically wears down, so you have to maintain it. Um, so there will be like a little cost that if you own an airship or you own an airship station that you have to maintain the airships themselves. So this is where this building comes in. So that's the current thinking. Obviously, there's other routes too, but again, our main focus is to keep our focus actually like really narrow and like make sure that our scope doesn't go crazy. So it could be as simple as that, but obviously you can come up with all the ideas like, yeah, people own airships and you build airships, and then how do we, like you build the airships to go into the islands, and there's like more fun things you can think of, but again, we're trying to keep the scope narrow so we can accomplish it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to push it too far too soon. But we've got questions coming in on the buildings from none other than Stark, the man himself. He's asking, how does one get their hands on one of these one-on-one buildings?
Yeah, so this is basically, I mean, we are thinking about doing obviously a mint for these, but we do not want to do a mint when things are not ready. So that mint will happen, or there will be maybe through a play to airdrop, or maybe through the coaching collection. We don't know like what method we will use, or a combination of them. For us, it's just important. We don't want to sell a building and then not have anything. Like we don't want to be Gala Games, right? Like we don't want to like put out like
Shots fired.
like 10,000 buildings and I never deliver anything. So we want to build this out, get the mechanics in, tested, and like in the first versions, there's not even going to be ownership, and then we're going to test things out how they work, and once we're like confident about like the mechanics and like launching something, that's when we can do the mint, right? So
Yeah.
and maybe it's like still a month or two out after that for launch, but we don't want to like, you know, say, oh, in like 3 years this is what you're gonna do. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna take,
Mhm.
but you know, it's like
Yeah, no facts. Start. Patience, relax. I know it's exciting. Everybody else out there, I know it's exciting, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But anything else here in the research district that we wanna highlight?
yes, actually we do have our botanical gardens, or our like the greenhouse basically. That is actually, this might be my favorite building actually. It's over
Yeah, I
there.
think this is my favorite building right here.
So this is basically 3 different ones. So there will be 3 owners to that, unless one owner buys all of them. But yeah, there's like
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
sushi you can like talk about.
Yeah, and as Berlin already mentioned, there's 3 of them, and each one will have its unique biome. Current thinking is one is more inclined to like winter biomes, where more plants and botanical life that are, you know, more likely to survive there and thrive there will be
Mhm.
basically will belong there, and we'll have probably a desert biome too, and um, the usual jungle or forest biome at the middle. And here you
Wow, yeah, look at this building, bro.
You go
It's a
inside.
gem. It's like the jewel in the middle of the research district.
and all
T-pose.
these herbs and other stuff that you can extract, or um what do you call this when you
The seeds, yeah, extract the seeds from the
extract
extract,
seeds.
yeah.
And then you can plant it here, and there's a lot of I don't know the details yet on what the items can do, but probably it's related to potions or some other stuff that we can
Exactly.
apply there.
Pretty damn nice. Yeah, what a beautiful building, and different biomes, different things coming into it. This research district is looking pretty as ever. It's a blessing to be able to walk around in such early phase as well. I just want to make a point of like, how many games have we experienced throughout, however long the last few years, and they talk about all this stuff. They talk about what they're about to do and what they're thinking about, and it takes some years before they even get anything to even show, yet alone opening up a dev stream in game and being, confident enough to walk around the world itself. So yeah, man, congratulations to you guys. This is awesome. But I'm gonna read through chat real quick.
Well,
Stark was saying, I thought this is really cool. I just want to say, Stark was saying a P2A for certain buildings
Yeah, I love that idea.
would be,
100%, yeah. We do love
bro.
that was definitely
yeah, and I also always prefer if the new NFTs would add benefits to the old holders, like
Mm.
for those who are invested into the Kojin collection and held through
Yeah.
it. There's probably benefits into holding that, and we'll think of creative ways on how we can tie them together. Where if you hold a Kojin, then you can maybe have, I don't know, a discount or maybe even an airdrop of these buildings. But of course, nothing set in stone yet.
mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Some cool ideas. Something I think a ton of extraction games are missing is the social 3D space aspect. It would be great to see Ronin Realms fuse those two together in one package. Absolutely. Yeah, and even the first phase, and we will revisit. Maybe some people weren't here in the early days of the dev stream journey, but the first phase of the game that people will actually get their hands on is more social focus, right? Like an experience of being within the realm and being able to communicate with other players is like step one, right?
Yeah, it's actually funny because we obviously have to think about what we should do, because we basically can do everything, but just we can't do anything. I don't know. We can't do
Yeah.
anything, we just can't do everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's important for us to like choose what we want, and I think that space of like where you feel home, where you can show off your accomplishments, and where you like see other players, is important, and then I think it just matched pretty well now with the pivot to the extraction mode, and this actually will enable us to launch something a little bit sooner than we thought. And that doesn't mean like any specific dates or anything like that, but yeah, it gives us more something to like really focus on and get it done.
For sure. Hey, well, I think unless you guys want to show a little bit more of the research districts, you got more than some alpha today. You know, seeing some unseen artwork, a little update on the Kojin project itself and the process it's going through, and of course seeing some more of the research districts. We didn't see as much the last time we did. One of our final topics here is to talk about Kojin with a G AI. I'm just gonna openly ask the question because I've been dabbling in it as well. If you guys saw it, is the jokes on you if you haven't seen it yet, but you'll see it at some point. Dabbling into the AI world, you guys are there. I think it's good to see projects that are aware of these things in the space right now and having a little bit of fun with it. But is it more than fun? This looks like a guy I'd want a beer with, by the way.
Just actually a really funny story. Like we had a pretty good plan on that day to work on certain things on game design, and then Sushi is like pretty deeply involved in that space, and he kind of wanted to launch a meme coin just for fun, and like the AI agent that was almost like 10 days ago or so, or like 2 weeks ago, and he approached me and like we all talked about it, and the team was like, let's just do it. Let's just for fun. Like, why not? And then within a few hours, I think we got to like 250,000 market cap and we red pilled. Then we're like, well, now we have people who actually put money into this. And some people might actually also, the people who believe in us. And we're like, well, let's make this a real thing now. Like, if we do this, we do this like how we do everything, and that's like for long term, right? We don't want to have this short pump and give up. And like, of course, like this might go down in value, but hey, like we don't care. We're not going to sell, and we're just going to integrate it into the game. He's going to be a character in a tavern, and the token Kojin,
Nice.
Whether that's like on base or maybe later integrated into Ronin, will be part of the game. I mean, it's like. Just a little addition that we want to do anyway.
I like his name tag there, Tonic.
Tonic, yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's getting it in, man.
This goofy one-day thing just for fun, and now it turned into something serious.
Yeah.
Part of the IP.
Yeah, it's a fun environment, right? I'm glad to hear that you guys are involved. It does kind of sound like it's a testing period, right? You test the waters, you see what it's about, and anybody that supports it, then there's some foundation, right? There's stability there. You guys are not gonna rug the project. It's not just gonna get randomly thrown in the bin, and it has some real utility in projects you're building right now. So I think it's a really cool, fun way to harness the new things that are happening in the space. So maybe buying drinks in Hiroba is done with Tonic's token, right? And I don't know, maybe I'm spitballing here, but maybe some kind of like social credit or something for going to drinks with friends and whatever. Maybe there could be something there, maybe like synergy aspects. I don't know, but it's a cool idea. I want to like Sushi. This is you front ran this. This is like your
Yes, this was originally my idea, and again, originally for fun, but even just a few hours into it and delving into AI agents more, and eventually we all came into the same conclusion that this tech has a lot of potential in even improving our game, and we have a lot of ideas on how to implement the technology more, but I don't want to dive into that too much right now.
Yeah.
Don't want to make a lot of false promises, but we have we see a lot of potential with Kojin and AI agents itself as a technology, and I just see it as the future now, a combination of AI agents, crypto, and gaming. it's like a no-brainer. Honestly.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a bigger
Yeah.
and bigger thing into the project.
Absolutely. Yeah, interesting stuff, man. Take notes because there is an intersection that we are looming. You know, it's coming, it's fast approaching. I think you might already be hip to it, might be wise to it, but AI and gaming definitely have an intersection that will happen, is already being actively, pushed. And yeah, man, got to be at the forefront. And it's cool to see. I'm glad, man. I'm glad. Listen, this has been a fucking fantastic look through the window of everything going on in Kojin right now. I want to open the floor, man. The whole team's there. How are you guys actually feeling? What's the sentiment like amongst you guys? And yeah, man. Just I wish you guys nothing but fucking an amazing few days together as a team to grow closer with bonds. You know how important it is to be in person with people you're building with, and let's fucking go, Ronin Realms, man. I'm telling you, a lot of eggs in such a basket. So, but yeah, pass the floor to you guys. Anything else you'd like to share amongst the community? It's time. Let's get it.
Well, it's just like exciting to have everyone here. We worked together for so long, every day in Discord, and like some of the people, like Guts, I didn't meet before, Sushi, I haven't seen before, and Ayuki neither. And it's like, you're in Discord together all the time, and it's just amazing finally to hang out together and have these meetings in person. It's just like a whole different vibe, and I think at least our spirits are high. Like,
Oh, heck yeah, bro, yeah.
That's a lot.
Good. That's the right answer.
Yeah.
Hi, for sure.
It's definitely a vibe.
Yeah.
We are enjoying ourselves. Working hard, of course.
Working hard, playing hard.
Playing harder. No.
Only playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely loving the vibes. Yeah, it's cool to see everybody here. I never met anybody in person before, so yeah.
It's not true.
Oh, except for Ryan. I'm sorry. I met Ryan in New York.
in New York.
In New York.
Yeah.
And in Nomex
Yeah, no,
we've been
facts.
for a while, so yeah, seeing him in person in Berlin, who I've been hanging out with every day, grinding. So yeah,
It's
it's
definitely
Yeah.
nice to put a face to the voices.
The voices.
You know,
Yeah,
we've
fact.
heard for so long.
Fact.
I do want to say, like, thanks to the community for voting for us. Thanks for coming to these streams and like believing in us. Thanks to the angels. In the entire Ronin community, most of the games and like I think strategic approach by Sky Mavis, which is understandable, is very experimental. Kind of like smaller games, experimental, and move fast and deliver like quick little products. And like I understand that it's successful, but we're different, right? Like we want to build something bigger. We want to build something at higher risk. We have like higher stakes because we're building for a while, and then we're going to release it. So the risks are higher, and we're going to we're going to keep working on our product. We're going to keep improving the world, keep improving the game mechanics, and then we're going to launch, and it's going to be a bigger launch than maybe some other games. But it will take some time. So I appreciate everyone who believes in us. We appreciate everyone who believes in us.
Yeah.
And like there's so much love going on here. We feel a love from you guys, and yeah, just like thank you.
For everybody.
Yeah, big hearts, big hearts. Thank
Oh,
you.
and then
Yes.
just an additional alpha on the Kojin token. I mean, we know that it's on base right now, but we have plans on obviously going multi-chain, right? Because it's obviously it also needs to be in Ronin, and we also plan on having it on other chains too. Probably Solana soon.
Nice. Yes, I didn't know you were so heavy DeFi, bro. That's dope. Let's go. We'll have some conversations.
Yeah.
But
Man, I was
yeah,
a-
man. No. Yeah, bro, we need to. But to be honest, this is the phase, right? Like Ronin Realms is a community-based game, so we can allude to the Ronin community at large here. But I think we're in a phase where we need to sharpen our tools. We need to be strengthening our the mind, essentially our approach to this industry. As Ronin will go open network, and there is a demand to kind of be savvy enough in that environment as well. So I think all these things are happening at good times, and knowing that you guys have the ambition and the bravery to go out into these fields as well, can influence and inspire other people to do the same. So nothing but love. At that point, I don't know, bro. I could rap some bullshit and we could keep things going and have some fun in that room with you guys, the dev team. But I don't want to hold you too long. You guys came here. We've been here for an hour and 15 minutes or so. I hope you have enjoyed finding out a little bit more on where Ronin Realms is right now. But I'll pass it on, Berlin. You guys can say your farewells, and we'll be closing out with that beautiful music and great look at Hiroba overwatching and seeing all that UGC, bro. There's too much potential in this game. But thank you guys for tuning in. Here's the team of Ronin Realms. Last words, brother. Go.
Yeah, I mean, I already said everything I wanted to say. Again, thanks everyone, and I don't know if like anyone else has anything.
Thanks everybody. We love you guys. Thank you for the support.
Yeah, and I would have definitely wanted to hang out with you, Chuck. I'm a Chuck fanboy, so.
Oh yeah. When Chuck back in Axie, bro? I ain't seen no Chuck Axie stuff for a minute. But Chuck Ronin Realms, bullish. Let's see what happens there.
Perfect.
Oh, man.
I'm just hyped for that first alpha play test. I don't know when it's gonna be, but I'm gonna be up in there all the way.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah, we got a lot. But Ronin creators, you're gonna have a field day with this. The social element too, running around, figuring shit out. Oh, if you could see it, you can see it. But on that note, lads and ladies, I hope you've enjoyed today's dev stream. I'm sure we'll be back again soon. Maybe after. Okay. Whoa.
Sorry. Because so there's ETH Denver at the end of February, and this is like an open invite to anyone who's watching right now. Hit me up on DMs if you want to join. We're gonna have like a Ronin Realms / Axie Chat hangout. We're not gonna have like hundreds of people or anything, but just hit me up. Let me know if you're interested in coming to Denver for ETH Denver. It's like February 28th is like our hangout date with a lot of people. So
Yes, that's your opportunity to meet Chuck.
yeah.
Let me get your autograph.
Nice. Hell yeah.
It's gonna be there
Get
too.
to ETH Denver, bro. ETH Denver's actually dope. I can vouch. I was there the last time, and it's a pretty fucking cool event. There's so many projects that turn up there, and Denver itself as a city is fucking cool, man. So definitely put that one on the list if you're capable to get out there. All right then, guys, we are signing out. I'm sure we'll be back. Maybe it's gonna be 2025, right?
Yes. Sir.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
January.
Yeah, 2025. So let's enjoy your holidays. I hope you guys enjoy the team link up, and we'll see you in the new year, bro. It's gonna be a new era, and we'll give you more updates on the next dev stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Much love to each and every one of you. And Ronin is fucking cooking, and so is Ronin Realms. Much love. Take care, guys. Enjoy your weekends.
All right, boys. Peace.